I got into it. I actually retired from the Army, and then as a civilian, my first job was right here in 3rd Medical Recruiting Battalion as a Soldier and Family Assistance Program Manager. And then I moved over, a position came open at AER and ACS. So I was able to apply and got that job. Okay, so it got started in 1942. So this is 83 years that they've been helping soldiers. It started when soldiers realized that, sometimes emergencies happen back home. So they would pull their money together to help that soldier fly back home or get back home to that emergency. Since then, we've grown and we have over 30 different categories of assistance, but that's basically how it began. AER is open to all active duty soldiers, AGR soldiers, reservists who are on Title 10 orders, spouses, and also retirees and widows. Well, if they're having a financial emergency or a financial situation they weren't expecting, they can apply through the Red Cross or through the nearest ACS office through AER, or if they're near a Navy or Marine Corps base, they can actually go through the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. That's our sister agency that helps them. But, like right here on Fort Knox, we do assistance for if there's a sailor or a Marine on leave here and they need assistance, we can provide them assistance also. Some examples that are covered under AER financial needs would be like emergency travel. If a soldier's, something happens at home, mom gets sick or grandma, brother, sister, AER can provide funds to help that soldier get back home to that. That's like the backbone of Army emergency relief is emergency travel. But any unexpected emergency POV repairs, we do that pretty regular. POV repairs and initial rent deposit. That's a big one. Sometimes when a soldier's PCSing, they don't have money for the deposit, the first month's rent. Sometimes places want 2 months rent up front. So AER can provide assistance with those, but there's over 30 categories. So even something like cranial helmets for children, I didn't even know that was, I had no idea what that was until I started working that job. But sometimes children are born and their heads are slightly misshapen. They can get these cranial helmets, but most insurances don't cover that helmet. AER will assist with those. They cost between, what we've seen is $1,200 to $2,000, and AER will provide assistance for that as a grant. There are some situations that AER does not provide funding for. Some of them would be like a soldier under UCMJ. We can't assist with that. Legal fees for divorces or DUI, or if a soldier gets in trouble, we can't help with that. There's another one. And government travel card. We can't provide assistance with government travel card because that's a Army program. We want soldiers to make sure that they file their vouchers and get everything done on time. We do have financial readiness counselors who can help the soldier file those claims and get paid back in a timely manner. So there's a limit on the amount of times a soldier can use AER throughout the year. Usually it's 2 times per year. After that, we're going to need the command team to sign off on approval for the assistance, because a lot of times what we've seen is if there's more than 2 emergencies during the year, usually there might be something else going on with the soldier that we want the command team to know about. Well, the funding to support those in need comes from, there are some corporations that will donate to Army Emergency Relief, but a lot of our funds come from soldiers, and that's AER's motto is soldiers helping soldiers. So we like to see soldiers donate to AER because that lets us know that more soldiers know about the program and see that other soldiers are benefiting from it. AER campaign has been beneficial mainly because more soldiers know about AER. During the campaign, we're putting out a lot more information to the units, to the soldiers, so they know more about the AER program. And what we see is during the campaign time, the more soldiers that donate, there will be more soldiers that actually utilize AER for their emergencies, which is a good thing because, we want both. We want, soldiers to donate so we can continue to expand AER. And we also want soldiers to use AER because it's a 0% interest loan. And as you know, interest rates are not the greatest right now. Well, there's two different ways somebody can donate to AER. The first is you can donate online at armyemergencyrelief.org, or they can, there will be a unit rep assigned to every unit in the Army that they can donate through that unit rep, and they can use check, cash, PayPal, or set up an allotment through their military pay. Soldiers can improve their financial literacy and reduce the amount they owe on their AER loan by going to financialfrontline.org. And the way this works, this is pretty new. Financial Frontline, they have a series of financial classes, and then at the end, there's a quiz. The soldier passes the quiz. If they are E4 or below, it takes $500 off of what they owe on their AER loan. If they're E5 and above, it takes $250 off of what they owe on their AER loan. So that was a good way that, soldiers can improve their financial literacy, and it helps them out with repaying the AER loan. They get emergency assistance. We give them, the information to complete the classes and take the quiz on Financial Frontline, and they'll just take that and then the money will come off the end of their loan. The best way to apply for AER scholarship is just go to armyemergencyrelief.org and click on scholarships. I highly encourage anyone who has dependent children or a spouse who's attending post-secondary education to apply for the AER scholarship. It's one of the easiest scholarships to apply for. It's one of the easiest scholarships to get. The hardest part about doing the AER scholarship, and I know this from experience, is doing the FAFSA. I mean, you got to do the FAFSA anyway, so you might as well do the AER scholarship too. The Quick Assist program, that's what we encourage anyone whose emergency is less than $2,000 to use the Quick Assist program. This is where the soldier goes through their command and gets the assistance. Their first sergeant or company commander can sign off on assistance up to $2,000. And basically, if you call AER, we can send you the documents. You fill out the application, send in your LES and a budget sheet, and have the commander sign, send it back, and we can get the assistance done really quickly. We prefer this over the direct access or the routine, because if we're doing a direct access where a soldier comes straight in to the AER without going through their command, we have to have supporting documents. For instance, if it's a car repair, we have to have the driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, because we have to show that the car is legal to drive on the road before we can provide assistance. A lot of times that car is already in the shop, so getting the registration out of there becomes kind of a burden. So the Quick Assist program makes it a lot easier for the soldier, for us, and for the command. Now, if a soldier is unavailable, a spouse can request assistance through AER, but we have to have a special power of attorney. General power of attorneys, I guess the lawyers work through it, and that doesn't cover AER. So we have a special power of attorney that if we can send that to the spouse, and the spouse can, have legal sign it, so it's still free, but that's how a spouse could do it. A soldier can have more than one loan open at a time. We see this occasionally. Because some of the loans, they may, if it's a big loan, like for $5,000, we'll stretch that over 3 years. So there may be something else that comes up during that 3-year time, and so we can do another loan. We can have the money in the account within 24 hours when somebody applies for assistance through AER. Now we can do it. We can issue checks. We use Zelle now. We're going to be using PayPal in the near future, and we can do direct deposit. Zelle, what we see is the fastest way to get assistance, but the case will be, approved or disapproved within 24 hours. But 99% of them are approved. So, well, I just think I think something else that would be beneficial is just knowing that the AER campaign is coming up, and they can donate one of the two ways that we've talked about, or if they want to drop by the ACS office, we can provide assistance there. I highly encourage the use of AER also. We see a lot of soldiers who are going on emergency leave but don't utilize AER but something like emergency leave, especially if a soldier goes on emergency leave for an immediate family member, at least half of that assistance will be provided as a grant, so they don't have to pay it back. Now, if they go on leave and come back and now they're having trouble making their car payment, 99% of the time, a car payment is going to be provided as a loan. So I highly encourage anyone using who needs AER to use it on the front end, especially for emergency leave, rather than paying it and then using it for something else when I get back. My name is Bob Maxwell. I work with AER at ACS here on Fort Knox. If you want more information, you can call us at 502-624-5989, or you can go online, armyemergencyrelief.org, and you can get information there.